Hey, ladies and gents, we are back with some Avorion, and we are talking about trading. So, trading is one of the easiest way to make money early game. If you're into, I'm not a big trader. Some people love trading. I like the piracy thing, but some people like the trading thing. So, we're going to do that. We're also going to do the automated trading in this deal as well. Unfortunately, I don't know. Depending on, so there was a problem with auto trading. There was a loop problem. I don't know if it's ever been fixed. So we're going to try it out again. Like I said, I don't do a lot of trading myself. I certainly don't do auto trading, but I will show you how it actually works or supposed to work. We'll see if it actually works, but we'll find out when we get to the. And I'm going to go to my other game after I show this trading system to you guys. I can't find high-end trading systems in my other game. I haven't been able to pick one up from drops. I haven't been able to steal any, and I haven't been able to buy any. So I'm only at the essentially exotic level. So we're going to have to jump to this game to get into the two higher end trading chips or trading systems. So let's jump up to systems, and we're going to look at. We'll start out with the low end white common basic trading system. I mean, it's not necessarily to have a trading system. It's just super helpful when you're trying to find trade routes and where to dump your cargo at. You can do it station by station if you want to do it. If you don't have a trading system, it just takes a lot of time. And it's not hard to find a basic trading system. They're typically pretty easy. So we're going to drop that in here. And what this trading, so this is a 15 slot, so I have plenty of room here to do this. So what the basic trading system gives you is the price of goods in prices that shows the price of all stations in my sector. So when we go to the trading overview, it's just going to show me everything in the current system that I'm in. So whatever station's in here, there's chemical factory, there's a turd factory, there's a nanobot factory. It's only going to show me what I can sell to these stations only in this system. So this is what they're buying. This is what they're selling. Pretty simple. Just a real simple system. So we're going to pull that one off here, and we're going to jump in here, and we're going to put the next level, which of course is the uncommon. We're going to drop the uncommon in here, and we're going to see what it does when it changes here for improved trading system. So what does the improved trading system do? The big difference, of course, here is the price deviation. Before we were just showing prices of goods. Now it's going to show you the price deviation from the average cost of a material or of a product. So what this is so now here we'll go to the sell stations. Is showing me that this station is buying aluminum at plus 7% over average price. Ammunition here is plus 17% over average price. Ammunition L is negative 1%. What this does is helps you maximize your profit. You obviously don't want to sell a ammunition L to the military outpost for a negative 1%. You're going to try to see if you can find a military post that's going to play for plus 10%. And you might have just to jump a system over, and you might be able to find that. Depends on the whole supply and demand. But yeah, so that's the difference between the white and the uncommon is the deviation percentage here. All right, back out. We're going to go back into build mode because I don't continually have pirates jump in here. Of course, I just did that wrong. Whatever. All right, so we'll take the green one off, and we're going to go to blue, which is here. I actually had to take a little while to find these because I didn't know if I even had any available. But now we see the price of goods, price deviation, and now we see the trade route detection. The trade route is only in this sector, and we'll look at that from the price. So what it's going here is going to show me that there's a trade, essentially a need from the repair dock, and it needs nanobots. So you can go to the nanobot factory and you can haul nanobots from the factory, and you're going to pay 1,536 credits for it, and you're going to sell it, and you're going to haul it to the repair dock and sell it for 1,599. So you're going to make that 63 credits per nanobot. Of course, this is pretty nice if you're doing a lot of trading. Seeing this detection right here, it's still got the same buy and sell as the other ones do, but yeah. So that's the big difference is it actually shows you a trade route or that two stations need something from, or one station needs something from the other station, and this is an easy way to pick up some cash. Let's jump to the yellow, and now this is where it gets a little more interesting. So we're going to take that off, and we're going to drop the yellow one in here. So the yellow one shows price of goods, price of deviation, and the trade route detection, but it also shows you an economy overview, and to do that, you have to permanently install it, which is, of course, a right click. So you can install it permanently. Now it's installed permanently on your ship, and what comes up is now it shows you a trading overview. So it's telling me that steel, water, and processors are in this area of space are selling for plus 30%. It might actually be more than 30. No, I think it only can be 30%. But it's telling me that those three materials right now in this area of space are selling super high. It also gives me a pretty good idea that you can go through there's a percentage on every one of these. That energy cells are selling for negative 30%. So selling an energy cell in here, I'm gonna lose my ass because I can't buy them and sell them negative 30%. That's the big difference between the yellow and the blue, is it's giving you this general overview, trading overview of a certain number of sectors. This one is economy scan range, which is only one system. So it's telling me that just in this system, and it's also trade route sectors, which is now 2, which means if you go to your galaxy map here, if you were in this system and you went to this system, it's going to give you a possible trade route between these two systems. That's the difference. The blue one only gave you what was in this system. This one gives you 2 of them. So you can jump here, and there's a possibility it'll show you that the trading post here needs something from a factory here. Yeah, that's the difference between the 2 of them. Now, since this thing is permanently installed, unfortunately, to uninstall it, you have to be relatively close to a equipment dock. I think it's I do believe it's 2 kilometers. I should be able to uninstall it now. Yep, now I can be able to remove it. If I wasn't within range of a equipment dock, and say I was out 10 kilometers from here or anywhere else in the galaxy, if I go to uninstall the trading system, you'll lose it. It's destroyed. So the only place to safely uninstall a system on your ship, doesn't matter if it's trading or not, is you have to be next to an equipment dock. So back to we're up to the red. Yeah, we're up to exotic. So this trading system, and we'll look at the stats on this one. This gives me a price of goods, deviation. Now it gives me economy overview. What's the economy overview? Pretty much the same thing that you saw in the last one, but now it shows me actually on the galaxy map. And it also shows me trade routes of 4 sectors, and the economy scan range is now up to 15 sectors. The last one was 1. So we're going to install that, and we're going to look at what it does. So you still get the same economy overview here, and you still get now instead of whatever it was 1, now you get 4. You still get your buy and sell, but the big difference is, of course, with this one is now you can see it from on the galaxy map. So you just simply change whatever material that you have, aluminum, ammunition, and the number, and essentially what the colors is. The blue means this are not very high demand. Yellow is closer to, yellow is higher demand. And if we get all the way down to, I think it was water, wasn't it? Water shows a deep red. So there's a huge demand for water at plus 30%. So this is the big, and it shows 15 systems this way and 15 systems this way. So you can tell this general area really, really needs water or steel or processors, I think, are the top 3. So if you use it, it's just a simple, you can now literally see it instead of looking at it in that chart. So instead of looking at it here, you can look at it on the global, or on the galaxy app. So back to the systems, we're going to drop that out. We are close enough here. And we're going to grab the purple one. So what's this one? Not much. It's almost identical to the red one, but now this one shows me 9 trade route sectors. And it has an economy scan range of 25. So we're going to install that permanently. And we'll go up to the global map. See, now it should show me, yep, there we go. Now it's showing me 25 on each side of the ship. Quite a bit bigger. This is, of course, the high-end trading chip, the super rare legendary one. But yeah, that's the big difference is as you get bigger, it's only the top 2 that gives you this overview on the galaxy map. Other than that, the big differences, of course, is the number of trade route sectors it'll show, and of course the economy scan range of each one of them. So with that said, we're going to jump back over to the other game, and we're going to do the trading part of it with a new beginning ships. Like I said, this was just a I needed, because I didn't have the 2 high-end chips on the other game, so hence we had to come over here and give you an idea of what it was. So with that said, we're going to jump to the other game. Hey ladies and gents, we are back with trading. We just went through the systems, and like I said, honestly, if you really want to trade, you got to get those trading systems up to, I mean, you don't have to, it helps a bunch to get the detected trade routes. The higher trading system is, the easier it is to do the trading. Now, of course, you don't have to have a trading system. You can do it the old-fashioned way by going station to station, ask them what they're selling, what the prices are. For example, this one's acids at 320.32, and then you can go over to another station and you could ask that station if they're looking for acid. You could do it that way, of course. It takes a lot more time, long time to do it. And of course, yeah, this is a time saver thing. So try to get a trading system as high as you can get it, as fast as you can get it, whether through drops or buying or whatever, because it's going to save you a bunch of time making sure you get that trading system. And I told you in the other video, I don't have a high-end, I only have a yellow one, so I don't get the map overview. However, I can see everything. You watched the other video with the creating the mine and the station. So this is for the first time users if you're trying to do the whole trade thing. So like I said, you can do it the old-fashioned way. You can use the light, whatever. Obviously I explain all the differences. The other way to find trade, to do trade, is of course do the bulletin boards. And what a bulletin board is, for example, you see the little green exclamation point next to the station that tells you that there's something going on the bulletin board. So let's take a look at the bulletin board, and it's got a resource shortage of 40 fusion cores. So if I accept this, I will get a reward of 429,000. Now the thing about fusion cores is when you're looking to buy the stuff, buying stuff from, say, the trading post is not the best way to get it. The reason why is the trading post usually jacks up prices. So if I want to buy something from here, I don't have any fusion cores here, but you can see the big difference in numbers wise. So there's almost 6,000, 5,000 difference between fusion cores buying and selling here. Typically, for the most part, those fusion core, buying anything with the trading post usually costs more than what you're going to sell it for a lot of times. So you got to be kind of careful when you do that. So if you're looking for fusion cores, typically your best bet, of course, is to just simply type in fusion and look for a factory that produces them. So there's a fusion core. Is there a fusion core here? There's a fusion generator, and that one's a fusion generator. Yeah, so looking for the fusion to where to buy those, and you can usually get them cheaper at the factory than you can buying them at a trading depot. So if you're looking to do that kind of trading where you're going to do bulletin boards, or in general buying anything, is best to look for the lowest possible price to do them. You're going to make a little bit more money here. So I have fusion cores loaded. We have some fusion cores right there. I have 68 of them. And I believe he wanted what? Bulletin board. They wanted 40. So we're going to do this one quick, just to show you the bulletin board part of it, to make the this is one easy way to do it, because they'll give you something simple like water like that, and then you can do the quick trades this way. So we're going to roll over here to the shipyard, and I'll accept it and I'll sell it to them, and you can see, of course, the change in money. Now, I should probably talk about, this is a freighter. Typically what I use in freighters is obviously the quantum hyperspace upgrades to get my range out there, and also to bring down my hyperspace cooldowns. These are not really high end because this is not I don't move this ship a whole lot around when I'm doing trading. So when I'm in system, it has plenty of cooldown time to get going. But yeah, I want to try to extend my range out as much as possible. I'm also using a shield booster just because I don't carry weapons on here. Of course, you can carry weapons on your ships. If you don't, I don't usually do this because it's relatively quick. And with some decent amount of shields, I don't really worry about it too much because I usually only stay inside of friendly factions. So if anything jumps in here, usually the friendly faction deals with it. It's entirely up to you. And this is, of course, only a 6 slot. You can extend it to bigger if you need more bigger slots. And of course, a trading tip or trading system, which in this sample is a yellow one, so I only get an economy scan range of 1 and trade routes of 2 sectors. And so typically, build mode. This is carrying 4.12K. Now, what these systems do right here is they give you a cargo hold relative. So the relative cargo hold on this ship is only 2.4. That's actually the physical space of the cargo area. What these system upgrades do is extend the cargo hold so you can pack stuff in better. But it's only off the original base price of 2.4. And you can stack these systems. I obviously have 2 of them, but they still only go off the relative. So this one's going to go 34% off 2.4, and this is going to go 34% up 2.4. So the increase doesn't stack, but you can stack the systems. So what that does is take my 2.4 and puts it up to 4.12. Obviously, you can add bigger cargo bigger cargo area. It just keeps the size. Actual size of the cargo hold down. I use them quite often, especially if you want some. So, like for example, my in-game over there, you saw that first ship that didn't have the cargo systems installed. But yeah, it's 400, like almost 500, 450,000 cargo space with all the systems. I think I used 3 or 4 of those cargos. I can get it up to almost 800,000, maybe even a little bit more, close to. Well, I think the other one's 1 million, but. By using these systems, I don't have to extend my cargo hold. I can just do it this way. It's pretty simple. All right, that's my setup on the whole cargo ship. And we'll jump back out of here, and we're going to go accept this real quick. And we'll hopefully get the reward plus the cash for it. So let's interact with them. We're going to accept it. This is going to give a time limit too. So we're going to accept that. And new mission, procure fusion cores. All right, so we've already procured them, so we're ready to go here. We're gonna roll in here and drop them off. Now, honestly, this isn't the best deal. The best deal, of course, is Fusion Cores is selling them at 41% at the equipment dock. So I'm gonna make an extra 400 credits there. But we're doing this for science. And YouTube video likes. So we're going to do the bulletin board one instead. We're going to roll up here. We're going to drop off of our fusion cores. And we'll see what we get out of this deal. So deliver the 40 fusion cores. So there we made the 429,000. I would have made more money, of course, selling them somewhere else. So yeah, you have to be watching, like I said, watch these bulletin boards, 429,000 or 439,000, whatever it was. If it costs you that much more to actually buy those, of course, you wouldn't do these bulletin boards. So you just got to watch the numbers so in case you don't get screwed on the deal. So we did our bulletin board trade part of it. That's why I usually don't do bulletin boards, especially for trade. Now let's look at the repair dock, see what he's got going on for bulletin boards. And shortage of solar cells, 239,000. That's all right. We're not going to do that. So we looked at other trade systems. Now currently I'm looking at a trade route, our trade here. We're using the sell to station, and also there's a buy to station one. We're looking at view detected. So the detection one, or the view of detected routes is saying that the trading post wants corn from the corn farm, but you're only going to make 7 credits per trade. You could do this over and over again. It's not a big deal here. However, we're going to jump to another system just to give us a let's go to that one, because this is a 2-system trade. This is a two-system trade system. That's the word I'm trying to use for it. So we're going to jump to this other system, and we can see if we can create a trade route between them, and see if we can get a better trade route other than selling corn. You could do it over and over again. That's awesome. Now we got the second set here. Let's see what we got here for. So we got a satellite factory to equipment dock. So the satellite factory is selling them at 58,000. We can sell them at the equipment dock for 68,000. Fusion generator here, and we can say it to the trading post. However, you have to be careful when you do this. So the equipment dock is in the last one we were just at, because when you do these stations only take so much. So if I was going to go over to, what was I looking at here? The satellite factory, which is he's going to be selling how many satellites does he have? He has 12. Okay. You have to look at where you're taking the satellites before you do that, because here's what happens. We might go to the equipment dock and they might be only buying 3. So when you go and buy 12 satellites thinking you're going to make a cash 10,000 credits for that trade, and you get to the equipment dock and they're only buying 3 and you got 12, yeah, guess what? Now you're stuck with those satellites for a while. Let's see what the equipment dock is actually buying. So satellites, they need 8. So you wouldn't have got, or not 8. They have room for 100. And these, of course, are 8. They have 8 available. They have 100 they can take. So you're buying those 12 over there, you have plenty of room to sell it to them. So you're going to make that 10,000 credits by doing that. However, when you go, and this is one of the reasons why I don't do auto trading or a trade route too often, because I typically like to drop big numbers on a station, because what happens is when you go to a station and say you have, for example, I have 9 satellites right now when I pull up here. And so everything in my cargo hold is stuff I stole. When you watch my pirating video, this stuff is all stolen. So I'm going to make, this is all profit. I don't have to buy and sell none of this. But when you go to a station, for example, this one right here, we're going to pull in next to the dock here and we're going to talk to them. We're going to sell the 9 satellites I have on board already. What happens is, as it's, let's see here, for 9 satellites. So what's going to happen is they're buying it at 68,000 or whatever it is. I'm going to sell those satellites to them. And you've noticed the price drop, right? So as they get more satellites, you bring your next 12 or whatever, or you scrounge around for the satellites, the more satellites you bring to them piecemeal, the quicker the price drops. So if I'm going to bring satellites to this guy or to this station, I want to bring like 100 and get the one big price, because you have to wait for the station to consume them before the price once again goes back up again. So you want to be careful when you're doing that trading that you're not getting, you're doing it piecemeal. You're just going to lose money, because as you drop off 10 and then takes you however long to get 10 more, and you come back and drop off 10, you're not going to make any more cash. So that's something you got to watch when you're, especially with auto trading. I know some people that use the auto trader, they'll buy like 100 from one station and transport it to a different station. Now, once again, the auto trading, we're going to talk about that when sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes there's a bug. My system might have a bug, but by doing big numbers, you're just driving down the price, which is fine if you're only going to do it once. But if you're going to try to do it multiple times, the more you bring, it just keeps driving the price down. So you want to try to keep the price. Obviously, you're optimizing your profit margins as much as possible. So we did the 9 there. This of course is and we looked at the detected trade route. So I'm still going to make a lot of money with this trade route here. So we're at 58 to 67. We're still going to make roughly 9,000 credits. So I could go buy those 12, come back over and drop them off, and we're going to make money. That's what I mean by making sure you get the updated systems or the higher systems, so you can keep in a loop for this. And if you want to, you can just keep jumping around system to system, because this does cover 2 systems. So you can go over here and jump over and grab another system over here, with a bunch of, obviously look at the factories that are involved here. The wiki page obviously tells you where to buy and sell materials at, but this one's over here is probably going to use up some of the similar materials. So I might get a better price if I go over there. So you kind of got to shop around. This is also one of those things that you also want to make sure you explore the faction that you are going to be trading in, because then you can really maximize your profits by jumping constantly to different systems. So I currently have, we're going to use a trading overview again here. We're not going to buy stations, we're just going to simply sell. You can do the buy thing is, of course, if you're looking to do like the detected trade routes or the bulletins. This will give you an idea of what's in each sector. Or if you, for example, coolant is really being sold at negative 22% below average. So if you go to the coolant factory and buy this up, you can obviously go to like a Warbot factory or something like that and make some cash out of it. But go use the wiki page, because it's going to tell you factory by factory what uses what and where they need to go. If you really want to get into the trading part, I mean, there's obviously some people that really love this. I'm not a big. The only time I really do any trading is when I got a crap ton of stolen booty from doing all my raiding. So we're going to look once again back at our sell, and I got 93 anti-gravs. Obviously the equipment dock, so they got 7 of 700. So I'm going to dump those at the equipment dock. Body armor is plus 31%. Shipyard is plus 40%. I'm going to make some really good cash out of there. Electron accelerators, negative 12. Since it was, I stole them, I don't necessarily, I can deal with getting 110,000. However, I know there are some other research stations that I can go jump over and sell them at. Equipment dock, once again, is at fusion cores at 28. Fusion generators, 99. The research station's paying 18. So obviously, trading post, since they have 300 possible and I only have 99, I'm going to make some pretty decent cash jumping over there and selling what I got on board. It's kind of nice, of course. It shows you exactly what you have in your cargo bay and where to sell it, what station. Once again, this all comes down to maximizing your profit potential by visiting as many sectors or many systems as you can, which just comes into the whole thing is you want to make sure you explore this as much as possible, the faction that you're trading with, to help out with the whole, like I said, maximizing your profit potential. Trading is simple. You need a cargo hold. You need a trading system. You don't need it, but it sure the hell helps for doing what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, whether it's through piracy or simply just doing the trade routes from one sector to the next sector, or even within sectors. Sometimes you get lucky that you will see a really great trade route within its own sector. So, for example, this one's still showing the corn within the same sector, but sometimes you get lucky and you're able to you're able to find this really amazing trade. Sometimes you can make literally millions just going 20 kilometers from station to station. So you just got to pay attention when you're jumping into there with the trading systems and the detected trade routes. All right, so we're going to go do auto trading. I'll be honest with you, auto trading for me doesn't work. There was a bug probably a year ago. It was still going on, and I haven't really tried since. I take that back. I did try once, 2 or 3 times, and it was working for a while, and then it quit working. So I don't know if it's ever been fixed. If somebody knows more information about it, let me know. With the auto trading, the problem with the auto trading was that when you were trying to do an auto trade, your ship would go here. It would buy the product. It would jump to here, and you would bring it up to here to sell, and it would get to the sell part, and it would stop. It wouldn't sell, and it would turn around, and it would continually loop with the original purchase, but it would never sell the thing. It would just continue to loop and loop and loop and loop and loop and never sell. Whether or not they got that fixed, I don't know. So I might be a little rusty on this deal. I stopped using it after watching a freighter jump like 80 billion times with the same 100 cargo. So yeah, it was one of those deals. So we are like, once again, just simply going to show you the process. And it still doesn't work for me. I can't make this thing not just sit there and loop. All right, we're gonna jump over here. So I have a ship that I use for this kind of stuff, and typically the best way to find this, of course, is use the local supply and demand. It can tell me roughly what materials is being sold for the, obviously the best, what is worth the most amount of money right now. The problem is, say for example, with the processors, it says plus 30%. That also translates to the fact that the factory that produces processors here also sells processors at plus 30%. So that trade route doesn't work. You're going to go there and you're going to try to buy processors to take to somebody else to sell, and you're not going to get any money because that factory is still selling at plus 30%. So you went to go sell someplace else, and you're still going to have to pay overpriced because there's such a need for it. This would be a great place to put a processor factory, of course, because right now processors are in high demand. However, I did scout this out here, and we're looking at the energy cells from solar power plants. We have solar power plants. Come on here. Why do I do this myself all the time? This place down here and this is one of those things with when I said about using the scout ship and the trading deal. I was able to find a station down here that's selling energy cells at 62, or buying energy cells at 62, and this this solar plant is selling them at 32. So I'm making 30 credits with this trade from that place down to the other plant that's buying them at 62. So this is one of those routes. It's not a great lot of money. Obviously you want to find a better one, something like mining robots or war robots or body armor. Those are the big ones where you can move material from one factory to the military outpost and make pretty good cash. But I'm doing it once again for YouTube likes. So we're just going to do this one quick because it's here. What do you need in an auto trader or auto trading ship here? Let's jump into this guy. He carries a pretty small cargo hold. Once I was again talking about that whole deal where you bring too much stuff there, drives the price down. So you don't want to haul a whole bunch of stuff. Now it's got 1,000. This was specifically built for a trade route in a different game. I was hauling mining robots from one place over to a mine, and I was only putting on like 20 or 30 at a time, not to drive the prices down. So it's a little bit more than I actually need. Trading the equipment what you need on your ship. If of course you need a trading chip or a trading system on your ship. Otherwise, when it jumps into the sector or the system, it can't figure out where to sell its stuff at. So you have to have at least a basic trading system on there to make it work. I think I have 2 on here, but you don't need the green one. You just need a basic system on there because it only shows you one system. So it'll jump from here to you can just remove it and destroy it. It got destroyed on that deal, and we'll install this one permanently. This is a better one anyway. But you need a trading system on here. And the second thing you do need is, of course, you need a captain, because otherwise it won't do anything. So let's jump back out of there. We're going to get back to, and of course you can't do this in the ship. How many times I've showed you how that doesn't work. Let's jump back in here. All right, so we're going to have to go to the map view, and we're buying here, we're selling here. And obviously you can make this however you want. I usually go here, and then I usually jump back to a friendly friendly system, then I sell, jump back to this system, which is friendly, and back up here and loop it. So let's do this. We're going to tell him to go here, and we're going to tell him to buy goods. Now here's where we need to go energy cells, and we're going to tell him to buy one. We're going to tell him to buy 10. And buy it for at least X percent. You're going to change this if you want the ship to sit and wait to buy. If the price drops too low or too high, then you can change the percentage. So you can say only buy at 70% of the average cost, and then go to the next sector and sell at 110%. So the ship will wait there until those ranges meet, and then it'll sell. So hence why we're doing that. All right, so we are going to buy. We're going to jump there. We're going to jump here, and we're going to. Why does that do to me? Okay, we're going to. Whoops. All right, we got to stop that. I messed that up. The problem is I have to use the bandy cam because of the pauses between jumping. The load screens, you can't hear my voice. So let's run that one over again. Back to here. All right, so I think that should work. Should be low enough. So yeah, it's kind of screwy with the load screens. It knocks my voice out, so I have to use a capture window. All right, so we're going to go back to the Maru. We're going to send him here. We're going to tell him to buy goods. We're going to tell him to buy energy cells. And we're going to tell him to buy 10. And we're going to just say any right now because I already know what's going to cost. And we're going to tell him to, and then we're going to have him jump here. And we're going to have him jump here. And we're going to tell him to sell goods. Once again, energy cell, and we're going to do 10, and we're going to sell it whatever. So we're going to sell that, and we're going to jump. Once there we go. Now he's moved back. We'll go back to there. Oops, it's got to wait for it to load. There, and we'll go back to here, and we're going to loop it. That's the auto trade. So now it's going to buy 10 there, sell 10 down there, and it's going to go back to that point, and loop. Problem is, it doesn't work for me. It's going to get down here and it's not going to sell. But yeah, that's generally, that's the way it works. Unless, of course, I just fucked that up. But that's how it's supposed to work. So if I fuck that up, let me know. You guys are brutally honest. You'll let me know, I'm sure. So, auto trading, once again, doesn't work for me because my ship just continually loops over and over again, and I don't know what it has to do with the bug or if I'm doing it wrong, but you get the basic concept there. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching and have a good night.